welcome back to Pact Weekly, where we continue our discussion today about how to create hungry, humble, and people-smart teams. A few weeks ago, we talked about having difficult conversations with people when you see that their behavior is unproductive to the team functioning well. We need to be able and willing to step into those situations and have difficult conversations with that person. Today we're going to talk about the other side of that equation, being able to receive feedback from other people. My first year on staff, I was on campus staff, and at the end of the year, my campus director sat down with me, and he went over a list with me of all the things that went well over the past year and all the things that didn't go well. And the things that went well was a list of about 50 things, and there was maybe 5 things that didn't go so well. And I remember all I could focus on was the 5 things, and I was so bummed out and discouraged and frustrated. And he just looked at me and he said, "You need to step back and look at reality. 90% of everything you did turned out well, and 10% didn't turn out that well. Why are you bummed out?" And it was the first time that it kind of occurred to me that I need to accept both the good and the bad in me and get a realistic perspective on that. Philippians 1:6 says that he who began a good work in you will perfect it until the day of Christ Jesus. The underlying assumption is that we're not perfect yet. And so it shouldn't come as a surprise if some of our imperfections come out in our work life and with our teammates. And it shouldn't come as a surprise if some of those teammates call us out on it. And when they do come to us with feedback, I would love it if every staff member in PACT would gladly receive that feedback as a natural process of our growth. I think one sign of maturity in people is that they're able to accept the good and the bad within themselves without thinking, I have to be perfect or I'm an all bad person. But we could find the balance in there. And so if we're going to move forward in creating hungry, humble, and smart teams, we need humble individuals that are able to receive feedback when other people recognize the imperfections or the shortcomings in their life. And so the next time somebody gets enough courage to come to you and point out some unproductive behavior in your life, receive it, recognize this is a normal process of growth, recognize, hey, I'm a mix of good and bad, and it's a beautiful thing, and Jesus is working on that to make that better. Go off, be a little bit bummed out with the Lord for a little bit, and then ask the Lord to help you move forward in changing that behavior. So let's be a feedback-rich organization that's growing in our ability to be hungry, humble, and smart.